Why has it taken Mattel over a decade long to make a movie-accurate Holley Shiftwell diecast? I mean, she's a very main character in the second movie in the Cars franchise, and yet they always screw her up. They always mess her color up in some way if they can. At first, they made it too lavender and like too metallic looking, and then they made it like too magenta, like purple looking, and then they just made a complete hot pink Holley Shiftwell in 2020. And I'm just lost for words. Why is it taking them this long? I mean, they always seem to do a pretty good job at making the colors right on the Cars diecast they put out, excluding 2022 Eldorado, of course. But other than him, I mean, pretty much everyone else, I'd say, has looked pretty good, except for Holley. But now, in 2023, we have a new variant of Holley once again, the fourth color variant, might I remind you, and I'd say it's pretty darn movie accurate just looking at it now. So, welcome on back to the Cars Garage, everyone. Any day is a good day when we're reviewing a Cars 2 diecast, but today, especially because it's Holley Shiftwell and she is a spy, which you guys know how much I love the spies, the lemons, and just the whole secret agent espionage essence that Cars 2 gives to the Cars franchise, you know what I mean? So I know a lot of people don't like that kind of stuff, but me, I do. Even though it doesn't feel all that similar to what came before, or even what came after. But at the same time, it's just a fun movie. But we're not reviewing Cars 2 today. Today we're talking about Holley Shiftwell's new variant, which is technically not a new variant because she was released like this in 2022 in the Cars 2 starter pack they did. And I already have her all opened up here, so we won't actually be unboxing this one today. Just wanted to show you guys the package, just to show you what she looks like. If you happen to see her hanging on the pegs, because she is in 2023 Singles Case C, and quite a few other cases from the year. I think she was, I don't know exactly what ones, but quite a lot of them. I know that much for sure. Her artwork is so nice, though. I love seeing Holley's artwork. Just nice to see. You know, we don't get to see the secret agent cars all that much as diecast. And this one's not a new variant, but the Finn McMissile, there he is, that they did this year in 2023, is a new Thailand variant. So that one, I can't wait to get him. I actually have him coming in the mail very soon from Mr. Docket. Got another haul coming up for you guys soon. So that'll be exciting. And I think, well, I know Raul Sarul's in the haul too, and he's pretty rare on Red Rider's card. I think Artist Ramon here, who is not from 2023, I think he is in the haul as well, but I'm kind of forgetting now. There's so many cars in the haul, so many cool ones, that I'm kind of blanking out on some of the more boring ones. Boring for me because I already have the one with the paint gun. I don't think that one does have the paint gun, but why is he on the back of Holley's packaging if he wasn't released this year? Like, it doesn't really make sense. But anyways, we got Suki also, Jeff Corvette, Francesco, and Sheriff, who, I mean, come on. You really have to put an RS Townie. Just put some more Cars 2 characters. Come on, Mattel. Anyways, as seen in Cars 2, got that right. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the packaging. No unboxing today, unfortunately, guys, but just thought I'd show you guys what she looks like in the package. So I guess we'll move on down and take a look at this diecast all opened up. Yeah, this newer variant of Holley is definitely much more accurate than this old one. But the question is it actually better? I don't know. Like, to be completely honest, I kind of do like the original one better, but that's just because it's more nostalgic to me. When I look at this, I think it looks like Holley. This one, I just feel like I don't know, it still hasn't really sunken into my brain that this is Holley yet. I mean, I look at it and I mean, it looks like maybe like another car with Holley's model, but a different color. But it doesn't really look necessarily like Holley to me. But then again, this one really doesn't either because it's not really the accurate color. So this one, I think it's more along the lines of the right color. Definitely not 100%, but it's definitely a little more accurate than this one, or a lot more accurate to be honest. And way, way, way more accurate than the 2020 version, and even the electroshock one too. That one's pretty bad. Anyways, though, yeah, I do love Holley's role in Cars 2. She plays a big role, of course. She's a big main character. And I would actually go as far to say that she is probably the most dynamic and just well-written female character in the entire Cars franchise. Because when you think about other main female characters, I feel like there's not really that many of them. I mean, of course, you got Sally, but she doesn't really do a whole lot. She's just always kind of there for support for McQueen and everyone else in Radiator Springs and everything. And then Cruz Ramirez, of course. She's just kind of like, I don't know, not really cocky, but she just annoys me. I talked about this before. But, yeah, she's just like a Mary Sue. Like, she can do nothing wrong. Whereas Holley Shiftwell, it's like she can do things, kind of unlike Sally. Not to say Sally can't do things, but you know what I mean? Like, she's pretty strong compared to other female characters, I'd say, in the Cars franchise. And yet, I don't know, she's not annoying about it like Cruz is, you know what I mean? She's just, I don't know, just well written, I think, like I said. Anyways, though, here is some scenes of where Holley appears at in Cars 2. Of course, we first see her at the World Grand Prix party in Tokyo, Japan. That's where she first meets Finn McMissile, and that's when they mistake made her for the American spy. Of course, it's really Raw Dark Redline. And then they obviously go to Porta Corsa. We see her use a lot of her technology and everything, all her skills there. And then, of course, they travel to London, England later, too, basically just following where the World Grand Prix racers go. And then that's when we see her with her wings and everything. But yeah, Holly's got a lot of cool gadgets in her. And obviously, she is a very tech savvy kind of car. Of course, she's a much newer model than other spies in the business like Finn McMissile and Leland Turbo, rest in peace. And it actually says online what model she is. She's a 2008 MTR Mark II. I never actually knew that before, but when you go on the Pixar Cars wiki page, you can see that. So that's pretty cool. Another cool thing I thought I'd point out is that Holly's name is actually a reference to Holley Performance Products, which is, I don't know, some kind of business in real life. It's not from the Cars world. And I don't know, I've never heard of it before, but probably over there in the UK. I'm not sure. Obviously, that's where Holley Shiftwell is from, the United Kingdom, London. She lives there with Finn. Not with Finn, but, you know, they both originate from there. I don't know. Or maybe they are a couple. I'm not really sure. I kind of doubt that, though. If anything, Mater and Holley were supposed to be a couple, and I don't really know what went with that. Whatever happened to that, of course, they were supposed to go on a date after the events of Cars 2. I don't think that ever really happened, but oh well. Anyways, start off with her expression. It is, I don't know, never really been my favorite expression, but it's the same as this one, of course, the original 2011 one. It's just a little bit lifeless, to be completely honest. I feel like it doesn't really look like how Holley looks. Like, I don't know, like almost like she looks too stuck up from this expression, and she doesn't really appear like that in the movie at all. So it's kind of weird that they gave her this expression. This is just a unibody though, no plastic eye plate, whereas the old one did have a plastic eye plate. No big deal though. I kind of wish this one had a plastic eye plate just because it would emphasize her eyes more. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't really mind the plastic eye plates. Nice little smile there. You can see her lips. A lot of female cars, you can see their lips. I find it kind of weird. It makes them look a little, I don't know, too human. You know what I mean? I don't know, but it looks good on Holley, I guess, at least in the movie. On Diecast form, it looks a little strange, but yeah, is what it is. Got our little headlights there, 2 of them on each side. I guess it's like a turn signal light. It's always been orange on the diecast, but it never really should be. Like, it shouldn't really be orange because it's not in the movie. I'll try to show you guys the artwork here. Yeah, look at that. On the packaging, you can see that it's not orange, but for some reason it is, and always has been, on the diecast. Little rubber side view mirrors here, which kind of act as like screens for her. I think there's like a built-in map on there, like a GPS, and then she got her tires, which the rims can like shoot out little guns and tranquilizers and stuff. That's where the electroshock device Holley version comes from, because she uses it on Tombe in the movie, and Ivan too. Can't forget about him. The tow truck. She does have one little decal here. Other than that, not really any, and it's just an S with an H, or no, an H with an S going through it. But it's cool. It's a nice little way of doing her initials. Very creative. I don't know how she signed it onto her. Maybe she just like probably got it printed on, I assume. But that's kind of funny. Little orange thing here. I don't know if that's a decal or a turn signal light. Kind of odd. Got her door handle. She's a very like circular car. She's very modern, but it's a different kind of modern. It's like an older style modern, but on Holley, she looks very new. She is a 2008, so I guess it's kind of early 2000s kind of car. But she's always looked very modern, and she still does, even though Cars 2 came out 12 years ago. That's where her wings will ignite from, but they don't obviously come out on this diecast. They haven't done that one in a long time. Holley Shiftwell with wings. I've always wanted it. My cousins used to have it, and they never gave it to me. And then when my cousin actually finally gave me all his cars, he didn't have that one anymore. He lost it. I think he was just making stories up because he wanted to keep it, because it is a cool one. And it's a little bit rare, but I've always wanted it. I never got it, but hopefully I will one of these days. 10-liter, it says on the back. Interesting. This whole back section is a plastic piece for some reason. Kind of unfortunate, but it does match with the rest of the metal. So, I don't know, like the color matches pretty well, I'm saying. So I guess not that big of a deal, but it does leave like a big, ugly crack in the back. She doesn't have the plastic mouth plate though, so that's cool. Obviously, like this one always had the crack there and right here, but that part didn't really bother me because it just looks like the hood, you know, like the crack for the hood, like this right here. But I don't know. It's kind of bothersome when you look at it and you see a big crack. It just makes it look less real and more like a toy, I guess. More like a die cast, like what it is. But I like this one better. Obviously, no crack. Very nice. And on this side, same stuff going on. The H and the S going through each other. Very, like, opaque windows. Like, you can't see anything inside of them. Whereas the old one, it was all, like, black windows. This is all gray. That's just how Thailand does things, which actually is a good thing, because that's technically how they all look in the movie. You can't actually see through their windows. You know, they're all covered up with something. Because obviously, I would assume their brains would be in there, but I don't know. Kind of weird to think about. I don't know what this little logo is back here. Maybe that's the logo for the brand of car that she is. What was it again? MTL or something? I forget. I don't know. I never knew she was a real like car model until now, after I just looked it up. Cool little tail lights, just like in the front. She's got like one on the bottom, a big one, and a small one on the top. I guess that would be like the turn signal light. And then her license plate is very cool, full of details, hidden details. It's HS1201, which stands for Holley Shiftwell, and then 12 for December, and the 01 for the 1st. So December 12th, Holley Shiftwell, or Holley Shiftwell December 12th. And that is the birthday of the lady that voices Holly, so that's cool. Emily Mortimer is her name. And I don't know who she is, really, to be honest. I always thought it was Emily Blunt, who plays Mary Poppins in Mary Poppins Returns, but it's not her. So, I don't know. I never really heard of her, other than with Cars 2. Little tiny exhaust back there. Very cool. Holly could almost pass for an electric car, but she is not, obviously. And like we saw earlier, the date stamp P44A. This one is 2901 EAA, so a whole decade and a couple years before this one. That's funny. This is Thailand, this is China, so obviously different style of date stamps. This basically just means the 44th or the 44th week of 2022, I guess it was made, and this one was the 290th day of 2011. So this must have been like a later Holly, one that was released in 2012. I just got it, if you didn't know. I just got it on a big Cars 2 haul that I got from Facebook Marketplace. Holly was in it, and I decided to open it because my old one was, well, let's just say it had seen better days. Never knew what this part was, though, on Holly. I guess that's, I don't know. Oh, I know what that is. That's like the little nose pad thing that comes out, and then that's how she uses that to like type things in on her screen, which is this version right here. That's funny. I forgot. I thought this one had like a little accessory to go with it, but I don't have one. Maybe that was for, because they had a couple variants of this one with the regular expression, one with this cool, unique expression. Well, that's kind of weird. I never thought of that. Compare them a little bit, though. I like this one because the cool expression. Still has the mouth plate in the front, though. We'll zoom it out a little so we can see better. But obviously the coloring difference is the main difference. Everything else should be the same. So it's funny. Obviously, China to Thailand, they got rid of the plastic mouth plate. They kept the bumper plate. I don't know why. Like, I mean, obviously to save money, but still. Come on, Mattel. Are you really that cheap? And I do also want to compare it to the Mini Racer one, which I think is actually a really cool version of Holly. Like, I mean, like, in terms of, like, the color, it looks very accurate to me. Almost more so than this one. But probably a little too metallic, if anything. Doesn't bother me, though. If this, like, this color was on this car, I wouldn't complain. I'd like it a lot. It's weird, because in different lighting, this version of Holly looks better, looks more accurate, and then other lighting, I feel like, I don't know, it could be a bit more, I don't know, like, what it needs to be. It just needs to be more like Holly, you know? Like, you put this next to it, and it's like, I don't know. Does it match? I don't know. I mean, I guess. Maybe it's just because Mattel has done too many versions of Holly now, too many different colors. Now we look at any Holly that they release, and it's never going to be perfect. Maybe we're always assuming they're going to make another version of her. I don't think they will, though. I think this is it. I don't think they're going to make an updated version of Holly that looks even more accurate. I really do think that they're done with it now, but I don't know. maybe one day, never know. Anyways, I'm still waiting for Finn and Holley, or Mater and Holley, sorry, to go on their first date. Hopefully they will soon. In, I don't know, Cars 4, maybe, I don't know what else they can make. But yeah, look out for my review of the new Finn McMissile coming soon. It's kind of similar to this Palace Danger version right here. It's just a normal Finn like this one here, but with Thailand, ness to it, Thailandified, I guess. But I don't have it yet, so I'll be getting it soon in the mail, probably in about a month or so. I'm not sure though. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for another video right here on the Cars Garage.